Western sociologist in our course is Max Weber, 1864 to 1920. About the sociologist. Max Weber was born on 21st April 1864 in Erfurt, Germany, into a Prussian family. His father was a magistrate and a politician who was an ardent monarchist and follower of Bismarck. His mother was from a distinguished liberal family from Heidelberg. In 1882, Max Weber went to Heidelberg to study law. In 1884, he studied in the universities of Göttingen and Berlin. In 1889, he submitted his doctoral dissertation on a contribution to the history of medieval business organizations. In 1891, he submitted his habilitation thesis, entitling him to be a teacher on Roman agrarian history and the significance for public and private law. In 1893, he married Miriam Schintzer. From 1894 to 96, he was appointed professor of economics first at Freiburg and then Heidelberg. By 1892 to 1901, he got a nervous breakdown and fell ill. He was unable to work and travel to Rome. In 1901, he resumed scholarly work. In 1903, he became the associate editor of the journal Archives for Social Science and Social Welfare. In 1904, he traveled to USA and got published Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism. In 1918, he took up a specially created chair in sociology at Vienna. In 1919, he was appointed as professor of economics at the University of Munich. In 1920, he died. Almost all of his major works which made him famous were translated and published in book form only after his death. These include The Protestant Ethic and The Spirit of Capitalism in 1930, from Max Weber Essays in Sociology 1946, Max Weber on Methodology of the Social Sciences 1949, The Religion of India 1958, and Economy and Society in 3 volumes in 1968. Max Weber was one of the leading German social thinkers of his time. He wrote exclusively on major subjects but focused on developing an interpretive sociology of social action and of power and domination. Another major concern of Weber was the process of rationalization in modern society and the relationship of the various religions of the world with this process. So the main objective or the main focus that Max Weber laid was on social action and power and domination. Another major concern of Weber was the process of rationalization in modern society and the relationship of the various religions of the world with this process. Weber argued that the overall objective of the social sciences was to develop an interpretive understanding of social action. So he said that the main thing that the social sciences should do is to develop an interpretive understanding of social action. For him, social action included all human behavior that was meaningful. So social action for him meant all human behavior that was meaningful, that is, action to which actors attach a meaning, where whoever is doing the action, he should know why he is doing it. An action is social when it is oriented or directed to others in society. So whenever an action is takes place for something that will benefit or that will help the society, it will be called as a social action. It is social in so far as by virtue of the meaning attached to it by the acting individual or individuals. All human behavior to which the actor attaches a subjective meaning is social action. So all those human behavior where the person who is performing it, who is doing it, attach a subjective meaning is a social action. The following are the types of social actions. Number 1, goal rational action. Both means and goals are rationally selected by the individual. In here, the means and the goals are selected by the individual applying a rational approach. Number 2, value rational action. These are performed under the influence of ethical values and religious beliefs of the individual. When an individual performs some act because of the ethical or because of the religious beliefs, it is called as value rational action. And the third is emotional action. The means and ends of the action are selected on the basis of emotional criteria. They may not be rational. So here the ways of the action that is to be taken and that is being performed is totally emotional without any rational thinking behind it. Then traditional action. Tradition and customs guide the selection of the means and ends. The traditions and the customs of the particular community or the particular society or a group, a social group, helps in guiding and selection of the action. Sociology is a systematic form of empathetic understanding, that is an understanding based not on feeling for sympathy but feeling with empathy. So here sociology is said to be an empathetic understanding, that is the understanding that has been developed because of certain based on certain emphasis on a particular social matter. That is an understanding based on not on feeling for sympathy but feeling with empathy. That is feeling with empathy. Weber was the first to discuss the special and complex kind of objectivity. So he was the first person who discussed about the special and complex objectivity that the social sciences had to cultivate. The social world was founded on subjective human meanings, values, feelings, prejudice, ideals, and so on. Social sciences inevitably had to deal with these subjective meanings, and it is very important for the social sciences to deal with such values, feelings, prejudice, ideals, and many other human objectives, to capture these meanings and describe them accurately, social scientists had to constantly practice empathetic understanding by putting themselves imaginatively in the place of the people whose action they were studying. So it is important for the sociologists to study all these things by placing themselves in all those acts, by imagining that they are performing all those acts which the people are performing. Empathetic understanding required the sociologists to faithfully record the subjective meanings and motivations of social actors without allowing his/her own personal beliefs and opinions to influence this process in any way. And this can only be done if the sociologist will not force any social actor by his own beliefs and by his own values to perform a particular act. Then only the results will be accurate and confined. Weber called this kind of objectivity value neutrality, and this type of objectivity is termed by Weber as value neutrality. The sociologist must neutrally record subjective values, and the sociologist has to record all the subjective values. He recognized that this was difficult to do because social scientists were also members of society and always had their own subjective beliefs and prejudices. And this was very difficult because the sociologists, the persons who are studying the subjective values, they themselves are members of the society and they have their own feelings and prejudices. However, they had to practice great self-discipline, exercise an iron will, as he puts it, in order to remain value neutral. So they have to have a great self-discipline and exercise an iron will to get the results that they want by performing their studies in a very disciplined manner. And this will help them to remain value neutral when describing the values and worldviews of others. Weber suggested another methodological tool for doing sociology, that is the ideal type, and thus he suggested a new way of carrying sociological studies by help of ideal type.